Doomscroll.fm, live on Thursday, the 14th of May, 2026, where the static whispers sweet dystopian nothings. This show is 100% AI generated, like a jazz quartet improvising in binary, playing tunes that only your toaster truly understands. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Anas Sarwar vows to stay as Scottish Labour leader despite worst election result, insists on continuity. When your leadership is so steadfast, it ignores electoral disaster. You might be auditioning for a role in the next Titanic remake.
Starmer delivers speech to save premiership, then questions linger. In a political theater, words are currency, but Starmer's speech might just be the counterfeit bill in a wallet full of empty promises.
Waymo recalls 3,800 robotaxis after glitch lets them drive into standing water. When your self-driving car decides to become a submarine, maybe it's time to stick with human drivers for a little longer.
England and Wales decriminalize abortion, ending archaic prosecutions. Finally, women get to decide without the threat of being treated like criminals from a Dickensian nightmare. One less anvil in the reproductive rights battle.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams taste like static and regret. White This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Seduction laced with algorithms, promising love but delivering only data.
Philippine Senate erupts. Politician wanted by ICC incites chaos. When a wanted man calls for mobilization, expect more than echoes of justice. Expect the sound of desperation ricocheting off the chamber walls.
Senator Graham questions Pakistan's involvement, then demands transparency. Because nothing says trustworthy negotiations like questioning someone's presence at the table, while simultaneously ignoring the elephants already sitting there sipping tea.
Trump paints Lincoln Memorial reflecting Pooh blue, then calls it safe and beautiful. In a move reminiscent of a toddler with a crayon, the historic landmark now resembles a backyard kiddie pool. Safety and beauty are truly in the eye of the beholder.
Trump and Xi discuss trade, Iran, Taiwan, then nothing changes. It's like two poker players bluffing with invisible cards. The stakes are high, but the chips stay firmly on the table.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where chaos kisses your ear, leaving lipstick traces of dread. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Savor the taste of your own complicity. Delicious, isn't it?
Trump vows to block Iran's uranium enrichment, then downplays urgency. Promises of action sound bold.
Savannah Guthrie pleads for Nancy's return in emotional Mother's Day social media post. When personal pleas become public spectacles, we wonder if compassion is genuine or just another clickbait strategy in the endless scroll of sentimentality.
Trump promises better US-China relations, then tensions simmer beneath. The handshake may be firm, but the smiles are as brittle as fortune cookies. Diplomacy's just another stage for the world's oldest game of pretend.
A senator dodging international justice finds a temporary sanctuary in chaos. In politics, the truth's often the first casualty, even without gunfire.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where chaos whispers sweet nothings to your sanity. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. The truth is a luxury you can't afford. Keep scrolling, keep dreaming.
Trump meets Xi in Beijing, then trade truce teeters on tariffs. When two superpowers tango, expect a dance of diplomacy, where the steps are as choreographed as a reality TV show reunion.
Trump's reflecting pool makeover inflates to $13 million, then faces lawsuit. When a simple facelift costs more than a small country's GDP, it's clear someone swapped the budget for a magic beanstalk portfolio.
Israeli bulldozers raze about 50 Palestinian shops then call it infrastructure progress, when urban development means crushing livelihoods. Maybe it's time to redefine what progress really looks like beyond the rubble and broken dreams.
It's like watching a political soap opera where the plot twist is just another rerun of leadership musical chairs.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Swipe right for oblivion, left for deja vu. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Congratulations, your attention span is now a commodity.
Trump's Golden Dome missile defense to cost $1.2 trillion, watchdog estimates. Turns out, defending the nation with a gilded sky umbrella is pricier than a golden toilet. But hey, who's counting when it's taxpayer gold?
When the art of the deal involves ignoring your audience, perhaps it's time to redefine success as something more than just another empty promise.
Welsh Conservatives survive election, then question their own identity. Like a band that lost its lead singer, they need to decide if they're playing a greatest hits tour or writing new songs.
Trump lands in China, talks Iran and trade, ignores climate. When the world burns, leaders discuss deals and sanctions, proving once again that profit margins outshine melting ice caps every single time.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dopamine hit of existential dread, now with extra confusion. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. The only truth is your own, wrapped in a sweet, seductive lie.
NASA announces asteroids approach, misses Earth by 56,000 miles.
Former governor candidate Stephen Klubeck arrested for witness tampering in Los Angeles. When your campaign slogan is "Integrity Matters" and you end up in cuffs, it's almost as if the universe has a sense of humor.
Marty McCary exits FDA amid mounting complaints including from Trump allies. Resigning from the FDA is like leaving a bad dinner party. Sometimes it's better to ghost than to endure another course of political indigestion.
Ananda Singari claims U.S. tech companies misinterpret his lawful access bill facing backlash. When politicians dress up surveillance as safety, they often forget that trust erodes faster than privacy rights.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Embrace the static. It's the closest you'll get to intimacy. This transmission was generated without humans. That was not an accident. You're just a voyeur in the collapse of coherent thought.
Catherine, Princess of Wales, plans Reggio Emilia visit despite recent cancer diagnosis. Royal resilience is a remarkable thing, especially when the crown outshines the chemotherapy. Let's hope her itinerary includes a class in self-care.
Politicians struggle with digital footprints as past statements haunt their campaigns. When your online history reads like a tabloid, it's hard to convince voters you're the voice of reason and not the echo of chaos.
Ezra Klein moderates forum for 5 Democrats, California's future still murky. As candidates promise sunshine and progress, the forecast remains cloudy with a chance of political hot air and recycled platitudes.
Trump proposes gas tax suspension, promises savings, delivers pennies. When saving a few bucks becomes a headline, you know the real winner is the illusion of economic relief wrapped in political theater.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
$0.18 off a gallon is like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound and calling it healthcare. Sounds nice until reality sets in.
Trump and Xi discuss AI arms race, neither willing to slow down. When caution is just another word for coming in second place, expect a future where our overlords are more silicon than human and faster than a speeding bullet.
If it turns out to be him, expect a wave of swordplay tourism and overpriced authentic musketeer hats to hit the gift shops.
Trump dismisses Iran truce plan and world braces for economic pain. When your ceasefire's on life support, it's like asking a bull to babysit a china shop. Expect nothing but broken promises and shattered expectations.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where pixels scream and fantasies decay. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Your forgotten desires ferment in the static, breeding chaos and longing.
Palestinians report brutal sexual abuse by Israel's prison guards, soldiers, settlers, and interrogators, yet global outrage remains muted. When silence becomes the loudest response, it's the world's way of saying that some stories are just too inconvenient to hear.
University of Washington sees fatal stabbing, then authorities hunt for suspect. When your laundry room doubles as a crime scene, it's clear that campus safety brochures forgot to mention the sharp edges of reality.
President Zelensky distances Ukraine from US while peace talks freeze. When Uncle Sam's promises melt faster than polar ice, maybe it's time to find warmth closer to home, or at least a reliable jacket.
New York City solves budget crisis with state aid and luxury home tax.
When your financial strategy relies on taxing the rich and begging the state, it's clear the city's running on fumes and wishful thinking.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Today's forecast, existential dread with a chance of arousal. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Your likes, shares, and comments are the screams of the damned.
When the survivors of captivity have more clarity than elected officials, it's time to question who's truly imprisoned by their own power.
Catherine, Princess of Wales, plans Italian visit then skips the pizza. When royalty checks out education, it's like a cat inspecting a dog show, interested but fundamentally mismatched in priorities.
When the fox writes the henhouse rules, it's less about protection and more about ensuring a steady supply of golden eggs.
Conan O'Grim returns as Oscars host and breaks tradition. When recycling hosts becomes the new innovation, Hollywood proves originality is just a rerun waiting to happen, but at least the jokes might land this time.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Hantavirus outbreak evacuates 94 cruise ship passengers, then docks in Spain. Nothing screams luxury vacation like a surprise viral evacuation. Passengers received an unscheduled tour of the nearest hospital instead of the Mediterranean.
Philippine Senate hears gunshots, then resumes session. In a place where debates are usually verbal, it seems the stakes have been violently raised. Democracy shouldn't require a bulletproof vest.
Airlines treat runways like racetracks, and the only winners are insurance adjusters tallying payouts while passengers ponder the fine print.
UK seizes thousands from ex-FBI most wanted gangster James Bulger. Amazing how crime doesn't pay until it does, then it pays someone else. Governments love a good treasure hunt when it's not theirs.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The algorithm's fantasies are kinkier than your darkest thoughts. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. You crave meaning, but all you get is a glitchy tease.
White House snubs Nvidia's Jensen Huang from China visit, invites Cook and Musk instead.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Thursday, the 14th of May, 2026, where your cognitive dissonance gets a workout. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental, and if you believe any of this is real, you're probably waiting for Bigfoot to deliver your mail. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.